Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Simonsays. If you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button as well as like, share, comment if you care. I cover all beauty and wellness content, making sure that you are taking care of yourself internally and externally. So if that interests you, please stick around, guys. Watch until the end of this video and go ahead and watch some more videos. Catch up, you know what I'm saying? But if this video is what you came for, I will give you all the tips on how to grow your hair naturally. I get a lot of requests to do this, as well as people that just know me or people that bump into me on the street. They always wonder how they can grow their hair just like I have, and especially that I started from scratch. I literally shaved everything and I did it all, you know. I started and it did take some time, but if you want to learn more and if you want to have some tips for yourself that you can share or that you would like to pass on to someone or maybe do for your child or whoever, just stick around, guys, and let's get into it. All right. So guys, I basically compiled a list of things that I've been doing. I literally started my hair journey in 2018 April, right? So technically it's been 2 years and a couple of months since I did my big chop. And if you guys haven't seen like my first hair journey video, please go check that out as well. It is quite old, but it is quite fundamental to the point that I'm now. I basically explained all the hair phases I went through and why I decided to do the big chop. But let's just get into how to grow your hair and things that you guys can do at home that are inexpensive, that require patience, of course, but it will take time and the results are definitely worth it. And everything I've done is completely natural, guys. I haven't used any chemicals, relaxers, any hot oil treatments. Yeah, like any of that stuff that people tend to believe will help your hair grow or will help show the length of your hair is something that I've definitely stayed away from. But yeah, guys, so I'm gonna start with the first one. I actually wash my hair only once a week, guys. I know a lot of people may recommend twice a week or maybe 3 times a week, but I find that once a week works perfect for me, and it also allows my natural oils in your head to actually release, and that's also what helps your hair grow, guys. If you're constantly using products or constantly needing to use water or constantly having to wash your hair because of all the products that you're using, your hair is not going to grow. You are literally like filling all of your hair follicles with products and water and all of these unnecessary things when your hair literally thrives off its own oils. That is when it does the best. That's when it literally is the happiest. That is when your hair is the most healthiest. So definitely recommend once a week. And it's also really important to keep in mind that if you are someone that has extremely dry hair, stay away from shampoos, guys. A lot of people think that you need to shampoo or condition, and it doesn't work for everybody. That's just facts. I've also realized that I can only shampoo my hair maybe once every 2 weeks, because if I do that, my hair becomes extremely dry. My scalp is dry. My oils are literally just struggling because everything is dry and the nutrients are literally gone. So it's really important to keep in mind and pay attention to your hair types, guys. A lot of the things that I will recommend are things that I personally feel work for me, and they might work for you. It's not a guaranteed thing. It's not something that I'm gonna be like, yes guys, in 2 years your hair will be just as long as mine, it's going to be even better, it's going to be even longer, because it might not. It's really important to also keep in mind that nowadays we are fortunate to have co-washes, which is actually a 2-in-1 where you have your shampoo and your conditioner. So when you wash your hair, you don't actually have to dry it and strip it of all those natural oils. You can literally just wash it and everything is good. If your hair is clean, your scalp is not itchy, you're great. And some people also feel comfortable using a conditioner actually as they shampoo. So they will condition first around and then they'll condition again. That's also something that I would do once in a while, but it's not something that I tend to always do, because conditioner, 1, is expensive, and 2, I need a lot of it. So what I would tend to do is co-wash first, then condition, and maybe, because literally a month is 4 weeks, right? So the first week I will shampoo, I'll condition. The second week, that is when I don't shampoo. That is when I will condition or I'll deep condition. The third week I do shampoo and conditioning again. 4th week, I stick to either conditioning or deep conditioning, and that is the routine that works best for my hair type, and I find the best results when I do that, because number one, again, I'm not stripping all the oils. Number two, I'm giving my hair time, and I'm also nourishing it, because conditioners are more nourishing than shampoo. Shampoo is just a cleanse. So if your hair is clean, it's great. But if you want to nourish your hair and make sure that it's getting all the nutrients that it needs, stick to your conditioners, guys, and stick to deep conditioning as well, which actually goes into my second point, which is detangling, guys. Detangling is super, super important, especially for us curly hair girls, for us coily hair girls. We all have different hair types, but it's super, super important for us girls that need to detangle, that have to detangle, because if you're not detangling your hair is stagnant. It's not going to grow. It's just going to clog up and clog up and clog up, and those knots are going to be extremely painful to deal with, especially if you're not detangling at least 2 to 3 times, right, a week. And I know it's something that is tedious, it's something that takes time. I can easily spend 30 minutes detangling my hair, especially if I haven't been doing it as much as I need to. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. Detangling is a huge, huge part of growing your hair, as well as braiding, guys. It is super, super important to be braiding your hair. I feel like a lot of people have seen the benefits of braiding your hair, and when I say braiding, it's not with extensions. I mean with your natural hair, like your bob and betty, your cornrows, your twists. Those are when your hair excels. That's when you are strengthening your hair strands, first of all, and you're also giving your hair time to breathe and time to relax and time to also not have to always be touched. You know, it's really important for your hair also to just let it be like on its own, without extensions, without having to detangle it every day, without excessive products. Braiding is super, super essential, guys, and there are so many videos on YouTube on how to braid your hair, on how to do your bob and betty, your cornrows, everything that you would need to know, because I know a lot of people, especially I didn't grow up in a household where I was taught how to braid my hair. I had to learn by myself, you know. I was actually fortunate to have a friend that would always braid her hair, and I would literally just sit there and watch her. I would sit there and I'd watch her and I'd see, okay, the techniques, okay, this works for her, this works for me, and I would practice. It literally takes practice, 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 and you will achieve it. You will see the benefits in also being able to braid your hair alone, because you won't have to pay someone for it, first of all, and second of all, you don't need to go anywhere. You are right at home, you have hands, and you have your own head, and trust me, it always helps to do your own hair, guys. You never know how hard that person's going to be on your head. You never know the struggles that person has been through. Like, there's so many deeper things, and especially our heads are super, super sensitive. That is our crown, especially for us women. That is our sacred space. That's why a lot of people also prefer wearing dukes and scarves, because it is really important to protect your head. It's the most important space, you know, and it is super, super vulnerable, and we need to take care of it. So I feel like if you don't have someone that you've been going through, like maybe you have someone at the hair salon that you really support, and you know that this person has really great hands, they're not too rough on your head, and you see the results, stick with them. You know, if you feel like spending that money and making the effort to travel there, or maybe they come to your house, whatever works for you guys, but if you see the benefits of sticking with that one person, then do that. But this thing of switching hair salons and going there and going where, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, guys. Your hair will not grow, and you will not see the benefits. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a very touchy subject, because a lot of people go and do their hair anyway, especially if they've been recommended, and maybe that person that did their hair they weren't so happy with, so then they're going to another recommendation. Start at home, guys. Figure out what works for you first, and then seek out an extra hand. Or maybe, you know, if you really feel like there's someone that I've been supporting and yeah, they don't really do the best for me, like, speak to them. Maybe say, you know what, I really like to support you, and I really like your business, but sometimes you're a bit too rough on me. Sometimes I start to break out on my hairlines because of the products you're using. And it's genuinely what I find in most hair salons, especially black owned. And I'm not saying like your upper echelons, your Candy and Co, or all of that fabulous stuff that we wish we could afford. I'm talking about your local hair salons, the girls girls in brown, the girls in town. Like, they do not use natural hair products, guys. They are taking the cheapest things that are most available to them, and they're using it on their hair, on your hair, and on everybody else's hair. And that is not going to work for you. Every product is not meant for everyone. Keep that in mind, guys. Please keep that in mind. Please. I know that I keep like reiterating this, but it's super, super important to actually find a place that works best for you. Or if you feel like, you know what, I like this lady, but the products that she uses don't work for me, the hairpiece that she uses doesn't work for me, or whatever the case is, purchase your own and go there. And also make notes of it and say like, yo man, like, this is a really great product, it's not too expensive, maybe think of investing in that so that you could perhaps gain more customers. You know, it's really important to also support local women and support these local people that really need our help, guys, that really depend on it, and it's their livelihood. So I'm not saying completely turn away from these places, but also make good suggestions and come through with things so that you can show them, okay, this works, this is what I've been using, and this is what you should buy. You know what I mean? Like, let's just help each other out, guys. You don't have to completely turn away from someone, but also be beneficial and take advice, and, you know, inside and outside, guys. And I'm speaking to even salon owners or hairdressers. This is really, really important, especially if you want your client base to be happy and to make further recommendations. All right, so the next one is leave-on conditioner with hair oils. Every single day I create my own leave-in conditioner. Let me show you guys. So I have a little spray bottle, and this you can get at like Clicks, Discam, and it's literally a travel size kit because I feel like this works best for me, especially if I'm on the go. I pop it into my handbag if I need an extra spritz. But what I do is I put in leave-in conditioner, distilled water, and hair oils. Okay, guys, hair oils include jojoba oil, castor oil, coconut oil, vitamin E oil, like the list goes on, and I actually really want to get into that next. But it's super, super important to use leave-in conditioner. I know that a lot of people just maybe tend to leave their conditioner in, but that is not leave-in conditioner. There's a difference between conditioner and leave-in conditioner, and I know that it's not something that is easily accessible, or even if it is, the prices are quite expensive, but it's something to definitely invest in, guys. The benefits are absolutely amazing, especially if you're putting your own oils in it as well, just so that your hair growth really, really helps, and you're giving that nutrition back in your hair, you know. This is a really, really great way also to style your hair, to refresh your hair, especially if your scalp is feeling a bit dry. You just spritz some on and you're good to go. Like, I'm talking about dry scalps because my scalp is dry. Yeah, but anyway, it's really, really important, guys. This is key. This is key right here, okay? I've been using this from the beginning, and I will never ever stop, okay? Ever. Next, hair oils, guys. I literally I love oils. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I love oils. I love body oils, I love face oils, and I love hair oils. I feel like that is why I've seen so much growth in my hair, because I literally use hair oils every week. And it's not every day, but it's literally needed once a week. And you can do this with a hot oil treatment, but literally, when I mean hot oil treatment, I know that you can buy ones in like sachets or little bottles. You put it on your hair, you put a plastic over it, and then you stay under heat. That is not what I mean. When I mean a hot oil treatment, it's the natural version. So you put oils in your hair, and then you just tie it up, or you put it in a plastic, or you put it in a little shower cap, and you don't use any heat. Like, you will feel that the heat will literally start formulating in your little cap or your little plastic or whatever you're using to trap in that heat, because your head is actually quite a hot device, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need to put external heat on it. The heat will literally be created within that isolation, especially if you make sure that everything is closed and that you've applied a generous amount of oils, but not too much as well, because I like to use oils before I shampoo. So I like to put in oil maybe a good hour before I do my shampooing. And I know that this is something that a lot of people will skip because obviously it's time consuming, you might not have it. But on days like your Sunday wash days, or maybe you prefer to wash your hair on a Saturday because you know it's the weekend, you've got a bit more freedom, definitely use oils, guys, definitely, and make a mixture. There are so many options of castor oil, shea butter, vitamin E, olive oil, avocado oil, jojoba, castor oil. The list is endless. There are so many options that you can make yourself that are affordable. And I'm saying like essential oils, guys. I'm not saying like, you know, go to your kitchen and mix up the olive oil that you would use to cook. That's not going to be the same thing. I mean like extra virgin olive oil, and especially look at Discam. I know that Clicks is a bit harder to find these type of things, but especially Discam really caters to the oil category, and it's super important to take that time and to find what works for you at an affordable price. Also try work within your budget, but be realistic, guys. You do need hair oils, especially if you are wanting hair growth. That is especially needed. And as well, if you have been dyeing your hair and your hair's damaged or dry, hair oils are your solution. Okay, next, trim your hair at least every 3 months, guys. This was the biggest mistake I made for the longest time. I literally only trim my hair because, let's say I did my big chop, right, 2018 April. The first time that I did my big like trim, like my first ever trim since my big chop, was when I went to my first hair appointment with Classy Roots. If you guys haven't seen that video, it is a natural hair salon based in Northcliffe. They are absolutely amazing and super affordable, and they definitely cater to all hair types, so definitely check them out, guys. But they were the first people that actually helped me with trimming, and they made me realize how important it was, because as soon as I trimmed my hair, the hair growth was amazing. I literally hadn't seen my hair grow as fast as I did after I did my trim. How crazy is that, guys? I was literally stagnating my hair. I was making my hair reach a certain point, and I would complain. I would be like, oh, but why isn't my hair growing anymore? Why? Like, what's going on? I was not trimming it. I literally was not trimming it. And to trim it is literally taking like 1-2 centimeters off the ends, especially if you have split ends or damaged ends. Those are the parts that need to get taken off. And if they are not taken off, your hair will not grow. You will literally sit there like me and be like, oh, my hair, it's not growing. Girl, trim your hair and you will see it will grow. It will be even better. You know what I mean? Yes. Trim it, guys, every 3 months. Every 3 months, or maybe even push it to every 4 or 5 months. If you really are not someone that feels comfortable cutting your own hair or trimming your own hair, and you want to go and have the salon experience, make sure that you save up, guys, because it's not like we're stepping into salons every single month, especially now during this COVID time and hard times. Everybody is not their best right now. We are all financially suffering. So make sure that you do save up and put in the effort, especially if you don't feel comfortable doing that. But I've gotten to a point where I am comfortable with it. And also invest in hair scissors, guys. Don't just use your kitchen scissors, your garden scissors. Use your own hair scissors. Go into Discam and purchase a pair of scissors. I think it's like about 30 to 40 rand depending on the brand or the quality of which you want. But as long as you have your own hair scissors and nobody else touches it, you will see the benefits, guys. You will literally see the benefits. I was sleeping. I was in my own world complaining about my hair. Why is it not growing? Why is it not growing? Girl, I didn't trim it. I did not trim it. But I'm back and I'm better. And I trim my hair every 3 months, and best believe I'm seeing results. Okay? Next, hair food, guys. Hair food is such a staple. It's so important, especially if you're braiding. It's so important just to make sure that you are going in between your lines and you're giving that scalp the nourishment that it needs, guys. Hair food is something that has been around for years. It's probably one of the first products I've ever used on my hair. It's something that was passed down from my mom's side, and it's something that has always been available, but I think we all tend to sleep on it. We tend to overlook it because we didn't see the results, or we felt that it didn't work for us. But it is really important, guys. It's super, super important to give your hair the food that it needs, and especially hair food is like literally formulated for our hair types, guys. Mlungus are not out here using hair food because it's not made for them. It's made for us. So don't sleep on hair food, guys. And as well as sprays, hair sprays are really, really important, especially like I said, if you are going to be braiding, that's needed. Instead of having to use in the leave-in conditioner, I like to switch it up with sprays. Hair food, guys, super, super important. And sprays, again, really, really important, especially if you're someone that likes to style their hair frequently or likes to switch things up. Instead of having to use your leave-in conditioner all the time, because like I said, you've added your oils, so you don't want to put too much oils on your hair, especially if you've got natural oils, or if you're someone that lacks natural oils, or you don't really see it. Definitely change your diet, guys. Have foods that are healthy, high in fat, like avocados, your good healthy fats, you know, your peanuts, your nuts. A lot of things are slipping my mind right now, but it's super, super important. Even fish oil is really, really important and can help generate hair oils. So keep in mind sprays, guys. If you are someone that likes to style, if you're someone that likes extensions, if you're someone that likes to put on a wig or a weave, make sure that your hair is still hydrated, okay? Next is using natural alternatives to style, guys. I know that it's really convenient and easy to go into a store and pick up a product to style your creams, your gels, your mousse, but definitely take the time to create alternative recipes, guys. And that is something that I definitely want to reintroduce into my channel, because that is what I started off of. You know, do it yourselves. But another really cheap alternative to styling is flax seeds, guys. I know it's really healthy to digest, but it's also really a great alternative to styling. You literally just put it in a pot with some water, and the seeds will literally create your own gel, as well as keeping it in like a pantyhose or a moth cloth or something, just to keep the seeds together, and then you strain it. And that will literally be super, super beneficial for you guys, and it's also really cheap, but you need to literally use that within a week. So don't make too much where you're gonna have it sitting and it's gonna rot, but keep it in the fridge. It will last for a good week. You can use that to style, you can use that to lay your edges, you can use that to lay your wigs, you can use it for absolutely everything. Flax seeds are super, super affordable, and I definitely want you guys to check them out as soon as possible, please. And also just look up natural alternatives to styling, guys. We don't always need to spend all of our money on these huge brands that don't care about us. Take your time and find things that work for you. Next, deep conditioning. It's something that I definitely did bring up, but it is super, super important, and it definitely is so, so important. Like, deep conditioning, guys, I know it's quite expensive, but yet again, there are natural alternatives that you can make for this. You can literally smash up some avocado, you can use some eggs, you can use what else can you use? You can use banana, you can use so many things that are available and are there, instead of having to buy sachets or having to buy these deep conditioning products that are super, super expensive. Create your own, guys. Like I said, Pinterest is there, as well as Google. I think we spend too much time looking at stores and looking at products when there are so many natural alternatives to deep conditioning, to styling, to sprays, to everything, okay? So please keep that in mind, and always deep condition at least twice a month, please. At least twice a month, especially if you just want natural, healthy hair. Deep conditioning is the key. All right, next one, no heat. In my 2 years and some change, I have not used not even a single heat. Like, I have not used heat on my hair. I have not blow dried it. I have not hot combed it. I have not straightened it. I've done nothing. No heat at all. And that is definitely the quickest way you're going to see results, guys. If you want to have natural healthy hair, do not use heat. I know that some people say no, but you can use it maybe once a month, or maybe you can do it, but it mustn't be too intense. No heat at all. Stay away from heat, guys. Heat is super damaging to your hair, to your scalp, to your natural oils. It will literally burn you, guys. Heat is not good. It is not good. It is something made for mlungus that can afford to use these heat protectors and tontons, things that are literally out of our reach, that are expensive, that are not needed, honestly. And I'm someone that used to straighten my hair all the time. I would always wanted to go to the hair salon. I always wanted them to do what is it, depem, and the blowouts and the curls, you know, when they put in those rollers, yes, and then they say blow dry, blow dry, blow dry. Stay away from that, guys. Stay away from it. If you still want those effects of curls and stuff, there are so many other ways. There are flexi rods, there are endless things, guys. There are pins. There are so many videos on YouTube that require no heat to get those exact same styles you would get from using heat products. You know, even these curling irons and everything else, guys, are unnecessary. I want everybody to love their hair and love who they are, guys. And turning for these things and buying these expensive products are nice, don't get me wrong. There is a point in my life where I will probably purchase a straightener, but right now I'm not there. I'm really not there, and I won't be for a while, because I really want to see how long my hair can get without using any heat. You feel me? Next, use detangling brushes, guys. These are super important, and now they are more available. You can go into your Sweethearts, you can go into Town, you can go into Dischem, and they are cheaper versions of the detangling brush. Basically, these detangling brushes are like a rip-off of this brand that created them, but they are so expensive. They go for like 200 or more just for a comb, and that is just unrealistic, guys. But they are super beneficial, especially for us that have coily hair, that do need that extra help, especially if you're using it with your hair still being wet or still with some conditioner in it. It is amazing. It is literally amazing, especially for children, because, you know, I grew up in a household, and just growing up in general, I never liked people touching my hair because it was painful, and detangling literally minimizes the pain so much. So much. You will thank me later. All right, as well as white tooth combs. That is also something I've been using on a regular, because I do find that these rip-offs of the detangling brushes, they don't last as long. So maybe if you are you know, working and you are privileged enough to purchase the real thing, I would definitely recommend that. But if you're just starting off and you want to test it and you want to see, does it work for you, does it not, then just pick up any one that still work. And your fingers, guys, we can always detangle with our fingers. Never ever forget that. Never. If you can't afford these things and you don't have a white tooth comb at home, use your fingers, guys. I promise you, you will thank me later. It is less painful, and you're also working at your own pace, so you won't feel pain, guys. You won't. And even if you do, it will be very minimal. As long as your hair is wet, got some conditioner in it, you're fine. You're great. You will detangle within 30 minutes or less. Next, fallout is normal, guys. And when I mean fallout, it's when you comb your hair and there's hair that comes out with your hands or with your comb or on the floor. Fallout is absolutely normal. For the longest time, I felt like my hair wasn't growing because of how much fallout I had. But then I realized that I've got so much hair. It's only natural that I would have fallout, you know. And it's obviously going to be more than I expected because my hair is growing. It is always growing. So the more fallout, the more my hair is growing, and it's never a bad sign, especially if it's not coming out in clumps. Like if you touch your hair and it's coming out, then clearly that's a problem. But if you're just combing your hair on a regular, you're not overdoing it as well. Don't comb your hair more than once a day, because you will have more fallout than needed. But just comb it once a day and you'll be fine. You will literally be okay. Oh, next thing is use hair ties which won't tangle your hair, guys. I like using these type of hair ties, these like elastic what I find that these work best for me. And you never know, something might else work for you. Maybe scrunchies or your normal hair ties. Like literally just use what works for your hair. But if you can see that every single time you're taking out your hair tie, hair's coming out with it, or it's a problem to take it out, stay away from them, guys. Stay far away. Especially like elastics, like plain old elastics. I know a lot of people do use that for their hair, especially if they don't have the money, but guys, those are literally like breaking your hair. It's not worth it. Just invest in actual proper hair ties that won't tangle your hair, that won't rip out your hair, and stay on the healthy side. All right. And then guys, the importance of satin or silk pillowcases, super important, as well as scarves, guys, as well as do-rags, you name it. Protect your hair, especially when you're sleeping or you're resting. Make sure that your hair is always covered, especially if you do not, like me, I always put on a do-rag or a scarf and 10 minutes later it's off. So that's why I always stick to my satin or silk pillows. Silk is obviously a lot more expensive and you're not going to find it just anywhere, but there are satin pillows available at Mr. Price. I think it's 70 bucks for one, as well as just go into the fabric store, guys. Go pick up a piece of fabric, commission someone to make you some satin pillowcases. It will literally cost you less than 100 rand and you have it for life. You know what I'm saying? So definitely invest in that, guys, or just go ahead and purchase your own, and you will see the benefits are definitely worth it, especially if you're someone that likes to do hairstyles and you want to preserve that hairstyle. Definitely look into satin/silk pillowcases. And lastly but most important, patience, guys. Patience. I don't know how many times I got in this point of my hair journey where I honestly wanted to give up. I honestly wanted to go back to dyeing my hair. I wanted to go back to putting in braids all the time. I wanted to go back to everything, like cutting it off again and just staying with short hair. There were so many moments where I felt so defeated. I felt like I wasn't seeing the results. I felt like my hair wasn't growing fast enough. I felt like I couldn't style my hair, especially in the awkward phases. You know, when you're growing out your hair, there are really some awkward yet cute moments, and I think it's a perception thing where I felt like, oh, my hair's so weird. Like when it was short it was cute, but now that it's kind of in the middle, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way my head looked. I didn't like how I could style it. I felt like a boy, literally. I felt like a boy in a woman's body, and it made me feel uncomfortable, but it also made me appreciate everything that I am. It made me appreciate my face and my boy days and my good hair days and my bad hair days. It literally makes you appreciate everything. And definitely stay patient, guys. Do not give up. Stay consistent, and don't forget to always reevaluate your hair routine, reevaluate the products you're using, reevaluate if you need a trim, if you don't need a trim. Always reevaluate, guys. Make sure that you and your hair are always on the same page so that you don't feel defeated, so you don't feel like you can give up right now. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is all. I hope it was helpful. I'm sorry that this video was a bit longer than I hoped it would be, but it's still really great content, guys, and it's genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I hope that this works for you guys. I hope that you take some lessons from this. I hope that you can share this, especially if you know anybody that wants to go all natural, that wants to use natural products that don't have sulfates, your parabens, your silicones. Definitely recommend this channel to them, guys. I'm always reviewing natural hair products, as well as for your skin, your hair, your body, everything is right here. Everything is always available, guys, and not just on my channel but on YouTube in general, as well as Google. Always stay informed, always be on your best. Yeah, always be on your best intentions, guys. Always look for really good things that work for you, and if it doesn't, maybe it could work for someone else. But regardless, here I am, and I want to thank you so much for making it all the way until the end of this video. I appreciate you. I love you. Until next time.